Hi everyone, today we're going to work on some more math, and today for math we're going to work on one of my favorite things, which is telling time. And to do that we're going to use this. This is a Judy clock, and if you were in my class this year you know that I love using the Judy clock, and you even got to use a lot of the little Judy clocks in class. So today we're going to work on two types of time. We're going to work on analog time, which is when you use a clock like this. And we're going to work on the digital time. Digital time is written like this. So today, we're going to work on telling time to the hour. And to do that, we have to go over some things. We're going to talk about the hands on the clock. The shorter hand, so it'd be this hand here, the shorter hand is called the hour hand. The longer hand is called the minute hand. Okay, so you have to remember those two things when we're telling time. So today, once again, we're going to work on telling time to the hour. Okay, so when we work on telling time to the hour, that means that anytime it's to the hour hand would be right here directly on a number, and the minute hand would be directly on the 12. It's right on the 12 because remember we start off with 0 minutes on the 12, then we would go to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So when it's right on the 12, that would be telling us that it has 0 minutes. And we would call that o'clock. Like this time would be 5 o'clock. Okay, so let's work on this now. If I am doing the time to the hour, let's work on the first one. If we were doing 1 o'clock, the hour hand, remember, is the shorter hand. The hour hand would be right on the 1. And the minute hand would be right on the 12. This would be 1 o'clock. And to write that digitally, I'm going to do it here on my whiteboard. The time would be 1 hour, and it would show 0 minutes. So this time digitally would show the hour is 1 hour with 0 minutes, 1 o'clock. I can show it on the analog time, 1 o'clock, and I can show it digitally, 1 o'clock. So let's keep going. So let's see what the other hours would be. So we could do 1 o'clock. And now to get to the next hour, the minute hand has to make its way all around the clock. And it keeps going through all the minutes. Remember, there's 60 minutes in an hour. And so the minute hand would make its way around, and 60 minutes later, it would be 2 o'clock. So this time, oops, let me hold it up here. The hour hand would be directly on the 2, and the minute hand would be directly on the 12. Okay, so to write that digitally, we have analog here shows 2 o'clock, and digitally it would look like this. It would be a 2 for the hour and showing 0 minutes, 2 o'clock. So we can do that for all the hours. We have, let's see here, let me hold it up so you can see it. We had it over here, our clock on 2 o'clock. Now once again, that minute hand makes its way around the hour, and 60 minutes later, there we go, at 3 o'clock. Let's see again, same thing. The hour hand is directly on the 3 to show 3 o'clock, and the minute hand is directly on the 12, showing there are 0 minutes past the hour. If we were writing that digitally, I'm sure you can figure this out now, we would write a 3 and have 0, 0 to show 3 with 0 minutes, 3 o'clock. Once again, we can write it on the digital way here at 3 o'clock and the analog way here showing 3 o'clock. Okay, the analog way, digital way. So now I'm going to keep going on the Judy clock just to show you the different hours directly on the clock. We have 3 o'clock. I'm sure you know what comes next. The minute hand makes its way around. 60 minutes later, an hour later, it is 4 o'clock. Hour hand is directly on the 4. Minute hand is directly on the 12. Let's keep going. For 5 o'clock, same thing. The hour hand is directly on the 5. The minute hand is directly on the 12. We're going to keep going. An hour later, 60 minutes later, it is 6 o'clock. The hour hand is directly on the 6. The minute hand is directly on the 12. We have to make sure it's on the 12 because if the minute hand is on any other number, that would be a different time. It wouldn't be the same time. Okay? So if the clock keeps on going, 60 minutes later, we reach 7 o'clock. Hour hand on the 7, minute hand on the 12. Let's keep going. 60 minutes later, another hour has passed. The minute hand, the hour hand is directly on the 8 and the minute hand is directly on the 12. Let's keep going. An hour later, we reach 9 o'clock. The hour hand is directly on the 9. The minute hand is directly on the 12. So how would we write that on the clock to show 9 o'clock? On the analog clock, we have hour hand, minute hand. Digitally, to write it, we would do a 9 in 0 minutes to show 9 o'clock. Analog, digital. So let's keep making our way. An hour later, it is 10 o'clock. We have the hour hand on the 12, on the 10, and the minute hand on the 12. Let's keep going. 60 minutes later, it's 11 o'clock. The hour hand is on the 11, the minute hand is on the 12, showing 11 o'clock. And then we make our way all the way around again. This time it looks a little funny because we almost can't even see the hour hand. But the hour hand underneath here is on the 12 and the minute hand is on the 12. This shows 12 o'clock. So to write that digitally, we would need to do 12 o'clock. Okay? So telling time can be so easy. I know that a lot of times we have Fitbits or Apple Watches or we look on our phones. So a lot of times we're just so used to seeing the digital time. But we have to make sure that we also know how to tell time using an analog clock too. It's also very important. So keep practicing at home and make sure that you're looking to see that you can tell time on the analog clock too. Okay? So I hope today you did some practice learning how to tell time to the hour.